we're back on the grill, rain or shine. Now today is all about grilling these tomatoes, getting a good color on them, caramelization with some whipped feta. We're gonna put it all on a platter with some grilled sourdough. It's delicious and it's so easy and it's something different. And for me, this is a meatless Monday option. I just eat this for dinner, but it's a great appetizer too. So let's get started on our tomatoes right off the bat. So I got some big fat tomatoes. Now when you're making something like this, I want you to pick something firm because they're going on the grill. You don't want them to turn into mush. So let's go ahead and do some nice thick slices on some tomatoes here. Using a bread knife, as always, you always want to use the serrated knife here. Let me show you over here, Brandon. That serrated knife is so beautiful for cutting through things that are hard on the outside, soft on the inside. We're gonna use it for our bread too. But first, let's cut up these tomatoes. You can use these little scraps for later if you want them. Right now, I'm just looking for the thick slices. I got my big old grill behind me here heating up, getting nice and hot. We're not technically looking to cook anything all the way through. We're just looking to get some marks on these. So now I'm gonna give these a nice little drizzle. So the stock market in Shauna, they're such a great partner with us. And I always talk about how I never use their flavored olive oils. I'm a purist. I always just kind of stick with the olive oils that are, you know, very simple, very plain, very classic extra virgin. But we got basil, we got feta, we got tomatoes. So I went and grabbed there. Here we go right here, honey. We got some basil, olive oil. I just think this would be delicious. So I'm gonna use this today instead. So we're gonna do a good drizzle here. And I'm gonna drizzle with a little salt. Not drizzle, excuse me, sprinkle with a little salt. You can use any kind of tomatoes you like, whatever your favorites are. We're gonna work around the drippiness here. We'll go towards the middle. I'm gonna give us a little spray, but you can use oil as well. And let's go ahead and just carefully set these on. And we're looking to get some good char marks on them. All right, and then on this side, of course, we have to season all the sides. Tomatoes can, you know, they're a blank canvas. They're a little full of water, don't have a ton of flavor, so we're gonna hit them again with a little bit of that olive oil. It helps keep them from sticking and infuses some basil flavor in there, but literally when I make this at home, I just use regular olive oil. Works great. A little bit of salt on there as well. Beautiful, let those do their thing. Let's do our dip. Now we're gonna do a creamy feta dip. This can be made so far in advance. So if you're going to someone's house, barbecuing, anything like that, feel free to make this the day before and that way it's ready to go. So in my food processor, I'm gonna go ahead and add in a cup of plain Greek yogurt, nice and thick. It's gonna add a lot of smooth texture to this feta. And then I went and got some feta from Simon's Specialty Cheese, another amazing partner of ours. Their feta is fantastic. And you can, it crumbles really well, but it also blends really well. So we're gonna do that. Get that in there. About a cup of that as well. Let me get this out of the way here. I'm gonna add in here half of a lemon for some lemon juice. And if I need more, I'll get more. But we're gonna, oh, we got the seedless lemons today. It's gonna be a good day. We'll start with half. Now I love a whipped feta. Whipped feta to me can be paired with so many things. It was either Sarah or Abby, one of us was talking the other day about how much we love whipped feta with a little hot honey and almonds over the top with crackers. It's just that perfect salty, excuse me, creamy, salty mix that I love. All right, so now let's go ahead, get some fresh garlic in here. Garlic, tomatoes, basil, it all goes so well together. So I'm gonna go ahead and give some garlic cloves a little smash here. And then just run your knife through it. You don't have to be too careful because that food processor is gonna do the work for you. Ooh, we got a little bit of a knot there. Let's get that out of there. And we're gonna go ahead and just rough chop, just to give it a head start. We're here to help things along. We're gonna do a good little dash of salt in here. Not too much because that feta's got some salt going on. So just a little, we can add more if we need it. And then I'm gonna add a little more, I like to use olive oil, but we got the basil olive oil. Let's go. Stock Market has a bunch of oils that have, I don't know, they have a Tuscan herb one that's really good. A bunch of oils I think would go really well with this dish, just to add a little oomph. All right, let's blend this up and check on our tomatoes. How you doing, honey? honey. Let's see here. Ooh, getting, all right, that's what I'm talking about. Get a little markings on that. Let that keep going. Let's check on this. All right, we're gonna let that go for another minute while I chop up, not chop up, we're gonna slice up. Got some beautiful bread here. Why wouldn't we grill up some bread with this, right? All right. I got my bread knife still ready to go here, so we're gonna do some nice thin slices of this, almost like a crostini, which this is wonderful with. But like I said, I kind of like this for a meatless Monday option, so I'm doing big pieces of bread for dinner. All right, and we're gonna take our bread, lay it out, and let's use that olive oil again. And we'll get this right on the grill. Ooh, this sourdough's got a crust on it today, hon. All right, get that olive oil back on. I love big chunks of rustic grilled bread. I love adding them to salads. I love adding them to soups. They're just an easy thing to grill up and just, you know, if you're making a sandwich, whatever you're making, just add a little flavored olive oil to it. Grill it up, get those char marks. Delish. All right, I'm gonna drizzle that side too. Actually, I don't know if that side of the grill is on. Let's go ahead. Trying to avoid the water. Here we go. All right, do your thing. All right, let's check this dip here and see where we're at. Do we like it? MITG, everybody, do we think the dip is good? I'm gonna kind of scrape the sides because I want this super smooth. Let's try it. Oh, all right, I love it, it's perfect. I'm not gonna do a thing to it. So now, I'm gonna take my dip, get it on a platter. Try and get it all out here as much as you can. Let me move it over to my cutting board here. And now just give it a good smear. See how nice and smooth that is? That is feta whipped so beautifully, so easy. That yogurt makes it so creamy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm running out of space. Don't worry, we're doing the best we can here. We're in a good spot. I'm gonna move that over. I'm gonna get this out of the way. Let's see how our tomatoes are doing. All right, tomatoes have gotten nice and soft, little char marks on them. Got that good grill. Woo, caramelization coming through. I love that. How you doing, bread? Keep on going here. Now, I'm gonna take my tomatoes. I'm just gonna do you can keep them whole if they're small. I just do a nice rough hot chop of these, because they're just caramelized and a little jammy, which I love. All right, and now what we're gonna do, they're hot, we're just gonna kind of layer them on. And then what I wanna do is take some fresh basil. Just throw some fresh basil over the top. Look how beautiful that is. These are picked from Sarah's little pot she has back there. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of the Stock Market balsamic. Serve it with some grilled bread. This is an elegant, delicious dinner or appetizer. Let me know if you make this. You know I'm gonna go ahead and post these recipes online.